What's up, guys? This is Ninja. I want a ninja, and basically, I have a video for you today. It's calling you out. It shouldn't be too long. Who's this? So the person that uploaded it doesn't seem like it's like a big deal person, but they're spreading a message, and that message branches off into a bigger message and more deeper message. But I think this is a good gateway to lead you into the further development of thinking, basically, if that makes sense. It may or may not, I don't know. Okay. What most people don't know about manufacturing, it's by Senator Lisa Lotkin, basically, right? And this is why I think I should be the president, why I think I would be a really good senator or congressman, because these people are stupid compared to me. So, anyways, go ahead. I'll let her make her case, and then I'll explain why she's wrong.
Your non-auto state colleagues ask you about the industry? What do your non-auto state colleagues ask you about the industry?
If you're not from a manufacturing state, you literally think it's like add water, have manufacturing. Like, I don't understand. Like, Alyssa, like, why can't we make more ships here? Like, let's just give someone some money and they'll make more ships. I'm like, no, there's a whole art that goes into building a strong manufacturing base and workforce and supply chain and capability. It's not like people wake up and they can get into the manufacturing business. Well, I don't understand, like in tech, like you just throw some incentives and you know, the tech companies will move to Austin. So like, can't we just do that with manufacturing? It's like, this is not all in the ether. This is not in the cloud. This is stuff, this is precision. I think that is the number one kind of misconception. And we saw this, remember for a hot minute.
So, real quick, that misconception that she mentions, this is a side note, but that misconception that she mentions, rather, um, it's kind of like asking a kid where electricity comes from, and they're like the wall. It's because they don't know the process and the details behind it. Basically, this is why, like in science, I say, why does wood burn? Why is it fuel? What makes fuel fuel? Why doesn't water burn like gasoline? I understand molecularly, but why? Explain it to me. Oh, because the molecules aren't great. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, break it. There's a middleman here that we aren't connecting on. Like, there's an idea that you've taken for granted that I'm trying to get to, and that's kind of what she's talking about. That middleman, and that's what she's pointing at, saying it's difficult, and you can't just do it because there's a process. But science skips all of the process, and that's what she says. Um, it's in the ether, and you can tell tech chemistry, hey, you're moving shop, and like, okay, because they have nothing to carry. Whereas a clothing shop has to carry all of their needles and the string. You know what I'm saying? Like just as an example. But that's what she's talking about, and I felt I should address and pointed that out. So continue.
It's like, this is not all in the ether. This is not in the cloud. This is stuff. This is precision. I think that is the number one kind of misconception. And we saw this, remember for a hot minute in COVID, there was like a lot of people were going on ventilators. And so there was like, we need ventilators, right? And I had people from other states, members of Congress, calling me being like, can you just like tell the GM folks, like if we use the Defense Production Act, could they just like stop making cars and start making ventilators tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, you don't just like wake up in the morning and know how to make a ventilator. It's a thoughtful process. It's a long lead process. And while current manufacturers are the best to pivot when we need it like that, and GE did that pivot,
Yeah, and GM did that.
And GM did that pivot. The
So right there, I wanted to say it can be done, but she's arguing that it can't be done. But she's acknowledging there that it can be done. Our best people can do it. So why can't you guys? It's because you're lazy. So, anyways,
the idea that it's an easy, replicable thing, and that the workforce can just be plucked out of whoever,
it
right? I tell
can.
people in Michigan, we have the best, I think, skilled trades.
For the record, it can. Um, we won the war. Did you know that? If we actually wanted to, we can make it the best of the best. The problem is most people don't care to do it. But if you actually find the quality that exists in the world, it can be done. If you gave me $1 billion and told me I had to make a car industry, I promise you that I would because I am one of the best brains in the world. I can help this world grow. 100%. That's why I'm saying I would be a good president, congressman, a senator, and I think that's why they're shutting me down in what's called the tech world. Basically, this is why Senator Sanders he can fill a stadium, but he can't fill a chat room. It's the same reason why I can't get a room. Though people listen to me IRL, they don't on video games online, right? And that's a problem. So, anyways,
In the world, because we have people who are like fifth generation auto worker. And our fastest growing industry actually in manufacturing is aerospace, because you need precision when you're sending someone into space. It's an art, it's a skill. So that's the biggest misconception, is that this stuff's really easy. And if you just work real hard, you too can be manufacturing at scale.
as they pointed out, two manufacturing companies did. But anyways, my comment was, it's actually easier than you think to do it. It's not easy when you've been handed the keys to the company by someone else. That's what's hard. The reason why it's hard for her is because she didn't bring it up. She's just running it in place of someone else. But as I said, if you're lazy, you can't do it. And probably she doesn't have the same heart that the person who started the development had. And this is common, especially if it's passed on to family. Whereas, like, sure, I'll do it. Or, yeah, I want it because there's a lot of money and everyone wants the manager job. Everyone wants to be the boss, but no one wants the fucking responsibility, right? I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I want to get paid, but I don't want to work. Everybody is, anyways. That hard work was easy for the previous owner. They had to do it often. What you're asking for, chances are they had to do it often until they settled. That's kind of where you come in. That's something that you've never had to deal with. And so, because it's something you never dealt with, it's hard. And that was my point, right? And as I said, if you're lazy, it's hard because you've never done it, you never challenge yourself, you never push the limits. Like, I limit test everything, right? I'll play a video game, I'll run somebody and pretend so much that their knees break, and then I gotta reset the game, and then now I know, okay, he can go this far. And so, like, you can't do this in real life. I understand that there's, what's it called? There's limitations to certain things, and it's good that there's limitations because there's people like me um, that are chasing progress, and they don't care how they get there. They just want to do it. Basically, I put myself through the ringer for the sake of development. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you know what, I want to lose 10 pounds. I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I go down on the mat to lose 10 pounds. I will fucking work out. You know what I'm saying? I will fucking do it. I am one of those try hard motherfuckers, basically. And it's not hard for me because I'm not settled. I'm not fucking pretend that like you. So, anyways, This is basically the story of why an old dog can't learn new tricks. It's because you are settled in your ways. The more rooted you are, the harder it is to move and to relocate because you're rooted in place, so it's hard to move. But gypsies, for example, and what's it called? The moving parade or the moving gym. Like there was a what's it called? I forgot the fucking terms for it. But basically, there was a gym, not a gym, but the hell, a stadium. What is that word? I can't think of the word. But anyways, they would travel, traveling whatever. They went around the world and they what's it called a big ass tarp that thousands of people can fit in. They closed it up, packed it up, traveled, pulled it out, built it, and then every month they did that. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. It's just hard for you, is my point. So that's kind of what I want to point out, basically. And it turns out she's a fucking senator. So yeah, I didn't realize. I did not realize. But yeah, that was my comment. That was my point. It's hard for her. It's hard for her. The situation. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and the reason why you can't teach an old dog new tricks is because they're settled in their ways. They figure it out. They have a system. Now you want to change the rules. They don't want to change the rules. That's why capitalism can be bad because once you become settled into the system, and once the system has been around for a long time, now monopolies become a thing. That's what's going on today in America, right? It's because we had the system for long enough, and people want naturally we want more, we want more, we want more, we want more wealth for the company, more wealth to do well. Eventually, you start chasing the concept of wealth instead of the concept of like you chase beauty instead of being fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not reality. Anyways, I'm the Source Man Live. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Be well, be happy, be safe. Take care. God bless. Be strong. And don't pull the ladder up behind you. If you needed a bailout, other people do too. Don't be a fuck up and pull the ladder up behind you and say, oh, well, what's it called? If you go to prison, you're stuck in prison for the rest of your life. Ha 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 ha. Like, don't do that. Some people need a second chance. All right. So, anyways, and especially because the world exists right now that encourages you to live a certain way, and then people find out I shouldn't have been living that way, but the world is leading you that way, anyways. So, anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'm out. Godspeed, God bless, take care, be loved, share the wealth. Don't let the door hit you or the Lord split you in peace.